Good morning dear students, how are you? Hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to discuss the first unit of the class 12th biology, which is reproduction. So we are going to discuss the few topics from first chapter, which is reproduction in organisms. So dear student, first we should discuss the term reproduction. So let me define this term. So reproduction is a process by which an organism produces its offspring of its own kind. So it is a process by which an individual produces its offspring of its own kind. First, I would like to discuss more about the term which is offspring. Do you know what do you mean by what is the meaning of this term? Let me tell you. Offsprings, young ones, progeny, and next generation. These are the synonyms for each other. So for example, we are the offsprings of our parents are the offsprings of our grandparents. So now you got the idea of the term offspring. Offspring means next generation. So progeny, young ones, offspring, these all are the similar meaning words. Okay, so before going into the depth of this process, I would like to introduce one more term, which is lifespan. Lifespan is a time period from the birth to the natural death. So as we already discussed that the lifespan is a time period from the birth till the natural death. But do you know lifespan get completed, the lifespan of any individual get completed in the different phases. So now we are going to discuss the different phases of a lifespan. So lifespan, the first phase of the lifespan of course is the birth. The second phase of the lifespan is a very important phase because it is a non-reproductive growth phase. In animal, this phase is known as juvenile phase, while in plants it is known as vegetative phase. So in short, this is a growth phase. After the growth phase, after the juvenile phase and or vegetative phase, the next phase is of course the reproductive phase. So in this phase, organism attains the sexual reproductivity. They start producing their gametes, they start producing the sexual behavior. So that is why it is called the reproductive phase. After reproductive phase, the next phase in animal is known as aging. Or in plants, the same phase, aging, is known as senescence. Senescence or fall off. So basically this is the aging phase, and after aging everybody knows what happened, death. So these are the different phases through which an individual have to go through during its lifespan. Let me tell you one more important thing, is that lifespan varies species to species, means different species, the individual of different species must have the different lifespan. For example, we humans have the average lifespan of 80 years. So now we are going to discuss some interesting lifespan of the different species. So let me tell tell you, let me give you one example of mayfly. It is an insect, and this insect, mayfly, is an insect, and this insect is called one-day insect, because the lifespan of mayfly is only 24 hours or a day. So that is why it is called the one-day insect. This is the shortest, this is the kind of insect that have the shortest lifespan. So let me discuss the lifespan of few most individuals. You will be amazed to know that the lifespan of a giant tortoise is around 300 to 400 years. Let me discuss one more the lifespan of one more organism, which is bowhead whale, 200 years. It can live up to 200 years. Next, let me tell you the longest the plant. Let me introduce the name of plant that has the longest lifespan on this earth, and this plant is Redwood Tree. It can live up to 1000 to 2000 years. Isn't it amazing? So these trees, redwood trees, are found in Northern California, and these are the coniferous trees. These are found in Northern California, redwood tree. So dear student, kindly observe the upcoming table to know more about the lifespan of the different species. So let's get back to our main concept again. So now we are going to discuss the types of reproduction. Okay, our next topic is types of reproduction. The process of reproduction can be categorized into two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So now we are going to discuss the differences between sexual and asexual reproduction. Okay, so let me discuss the various kind of differences between these two kinds of reproduction. The first difference is asexual reproduction is carried out by only one parent. Only one parent or single individual is involved in the asexual reproduction, while on the other hand, in the sexual reproduction, usually or generally two parents are involved of the different gender. One should be male and another is female. So these are the symbolic representation of different genders. So our second difference is that in asexual reproduction, no formation or fusion of gametes, while in sexual reproduction, formation and fusion of gametes take place. you must be clear about the idea of fusion and formation of gametes. Do you know what are gametes? Gametes are sex cells. Gametes are also known as sex cells. The organisms that undergo the sexual reproduction must produce these gametes. Male individual produces the male gamete and female individual produces the female gamete. If we consider our case, in human beings, male gametes are produced in male gonads, which is testis, while female gametes are produced in female gonads, which are ovaries. Inside the testis, male gamete is produced, which is known as sperm, and inside the ovaries, female gamete is produced, which is known as egg or ovum. So this is the female gamete, and here it is the male gamete. So now you must be clear about the differences between the sexual and asexual reproduction. Next difference is, third difference is that during the asexual reproduction, only mitotic cell division occur, while during the sexual reproduction both mitotic as well as meiotic, both type of cell divisions are involved. Let me discuss how these two types of cell divisions are involved during the sexual reproduction. You know very well that gametes are produced by meiosis. So here the mitotic cell division involved for the formation of gametes. When gametes are produced after the fusion of gametes, zygote is formed, and zygote will follow the mitotic division. So after the mitotic divisions in zygote, embryo is formed, organogenesis occur, and our body is formed by the single cell, which is known as zygote, after the following the mitotic division. So here is the involvement of both type of divisions, mitotic division as well as meiotic division, while here in asexual reproduction we will learn further that only mitotic cell division occur. And the last difference is very important difference, very prominent difference, that during the asexual reproduction, the offspring which are produced, they are genetically and morphologically identical to their parents. That is why the offspring which are produced during or after the asexual reproduction are called clones. So formation of clones. What are clones? Clones are genetically and morphologically identical offsprings. While during the sexual reproduction, clone formation does not take place, because during the sexual reproduction crossing over occurs and two different gametes are formed. So due to the crossing over and recombination, there are variations occurs during the sexual reproduction. So as for example, we are produced, humans are produced by the process of sexual reproduction. That is why we are similar to our parents, but we are not identical to our parents. Getting it?